Gulon in Alfheim?
And sled trained by the looks of it. Most unusual.
I've never seen such obedience in Gulon. There is some kind of magic at work here.
Regardless, it should make desert travel downright pleasant. Were it not for a brutal sandstorm. Any particular direction to find your wounded animal? Or are we just enjoying the weather?
How do you hope to find anything in all this?
Perhaps we find a cave first to catch our bearings?
This cave extends underneath the desert.
Aye. A refuge for the Dark Elves by the looks of it. One of the few remaining now that they're barred from the temple. Perhaps we'll find Atreus' wounded animal down here.
Lead the way, Kratos. I trust you to not get us lost underground.
Watch your left!
These poor elves, blinded by hate, lashing out at everything and everyone for their fate.
They will not listen to reason. Combat is unavoidable.
Trust me, I know. Still, I wish it were not the case.
Patience. A virtue or a threat?
Depends on the reader.
This creature Atreus heard, why wait until now to free?
It was not a priority.
We were too busy attempting to stave off Ragnarok to indulge in any desert dalliances.
Shame. I imagine Atreus would have enjoyed a quest to free an injured animal.
Yes, he would have.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to twist the knife.
You did not. Atreus has chosen his path. I trust him to be safe.
I wish I had your confidence with my own son when he was Atreus' age. Baldur craved adventure, but with the words of the Norns repeating in my head.
Your worry consumed you, as my rage once did to me.
You overcame it, eventually.
Thanks to Atreus. And his mother.
Yes. Perhaps if Odin had loved his children as much as he loved using them, both would still be with us. Atreus reminds me more of Freyr in his youth than of Baldur. His sensitivity, his compulsion to help any and all in need.
That is his mother's influence. Despite all attempts to train him otherwise, Atreus was eager to help lost spirits or Run errands for the dwarves during our travels together.
Faye's influence runs deeper than that. Why do you think you're the one assaulting a cave full of hostile dark elves to save a wounded creature? See that explosive? Setting it off.
Excursions like this will serve as training for Atreus, or an excuse to gather resources while testing his abilities. But I made him a promise. His voice as my guide.
And his voice told you to come out here?
He would approve. Strange that means more to me now than it did before he left.
You've said it yourself. Atreus takes after his mother. His approval is her approval. haven't seen one since I was a child.
Great Gefyun's ghost! That's the largest bloody half-goof I've ever laid eyes on.
That howling sounds familiar.
It's the Song of the Sands. They don't normally sing like this underground.
That must be the cause of the storm.
Aye. Judging by all this hive matter weighing it down, it's been trapped here for dozens of winters.
There must be a way to cut it loose.
I'd wager that there's nothing here a well-placed throw of the axe can't solve.
That helped. We've cut it loose, but it can't seem to escape.
Much of the hive matter is gone. We can free it from the surface now.
How in the realms did they capture such a large one?
Half-goofers are known to burrow, so I'd hesitate to place full blame on our Dark Elf friends.
Even though it's bound by their hive?
Hive matter doesn't belong to the Dark Elves, any more than the light belongs to the Light Elves. It's just another of Alfheim's natural resources. One the elves have used since the time of their ancestors. And while the Light Elves seem keen to banish the hive over on their side, the Dark Elves make effective use of it out here in the Barrens.
But if this is true, are we doing more harm than good by destroying this hive?
You wish to leave the creature enslaved.
No. Freyr would have wanted us to do everything in our power to restore this realm. We will free it.
Here! You should be able to cut this part away and free the half-goofa!
Never imagined I'd see a half-goofa fly again. Can't believe the lad missed this.
The storm is gone. The Song of the Sands has returned to Alfheim. Albeit somewhat diminished from how I remember it as a child.
Atreus will be glad to hear it is no longer in pain.
You look forward to telling him.
One day. Yes.
You gave him a gift, allowing him to walk his own path. I know that wasn't easy.
I know you cared for him as well. You have always done right by Atreus.
He is the best of us.
Well, nice to be able to have a real conversation out here for once.
On your guard, Kratos!
The wee bastard's about to explode!
Incoming poison! Good riddance! The Alpha!
Look here.
That's some of Cavassier's poetry. Freya, I've always wondered, why was Freya so revered here so quickly upon his first arrival?
Well, to begin with, it wasn't his first arrival. Very few know this, but Freyr was one of the earliest visitors to Alfheim, back in the dawn of realm travel.
Oh? A bit before my time. Do tell.
Enough talk for now. Be ready.
Freya, earlier you mentioned that Freyr was one of Alfheim's first visitors. Care to elaborate? I wasn't in these lands at the dawn of realm travel.
Well, we believed for a long time that all the giants had died in the flood, until one of them appeared in Vanaheim.
Another time. We must focus.
Changing arrows! These rooms. A horn.
What's that?
A diagram for a sword hilt.
Perhaps we should show it to one of the dwarves. They'll know what to do with it. Freya, do you mind picking up that story about your brother? I think you said a giant had appeared in Vanaheim.
That's right. Her name was Gerd, and she came offering to teach us the secrets of traveling between realms using Bifrost light. Freyr became immediately infatuated with her. He always yearned to wander, and along came someone who could truly show him how.
Not now.
Much of the sand has been cleared away, but another storm rages beyond that pass, which must mean...
Another half-goofa. There. That's got to be the last
Enemy behind you!
There we are. No more Drogadens, no more Hertha. One less thing to worry about.
You worry?
Oh, never while you're around, old warrior of rippling muscle. Freya, getting back to your brother learning to realm travel. You said he fell in love with his teacher.
Yes, Gerd. Someone he could wander with as never before.
Enough. We will continue later.
Sort of a harp. I can play beautifully, you know.
I do not, and would prefer it remain that way.
Freya, getting back to your brother learning to realm travel. You said he fell in love with his teacher.
Yes, Gerd. Someone he could wander with as never before. So, wander they did, exploring the world tree from root to branch. But one day, it came time for Gerd to wander away. Freyr was heartbroken, and resolved himself to perform some great feat to win her back.
Hold. We will finish later.
Careful, brother! You're covered in bygones!
I feel bad for the Asgardians, and even worse for the Midgardian refugees. Learning the god they indebted themselves to didn't care for them at all. Such a profound betrayal.
Aye. Their homes will not be the only thing they will be rebuilding. Freya, getting back to your brother. What did he do to win back Gerd? And how did it end up with him being worshipped in Alfheim?
Well, Freyr thought big.
Brother, wait. Do you notice that?
The hilt is drawn to the gravestone.
Come under the cruel, under the cold, and bitter prideful.
On your guard, Kratos! I'm tired of you!
axe. Think of...
From under the tool, dagger the cold, and bitter the flame.
Second eat! On your left! I'm tired of you! Who's next?
Can't do this without you, Kratos!
From under the tool, dagger the cold, and bitter the prideful. You're on fire, Kratos! Triple fire! From under the tool, dagger the cold, bitter the prideful.
Kratos, are you okay? Yelfa!
Slow empty! Insolent word! I'm tired of you!
Come on, Kratos! Off your back!
Now, but you...
From under the cruel, dark of the cold, and bitter the prideful.
Steady your guard!
I'm tired of you!
You're on fire, Kratos! It will fire!
Kratos, we need you!
From under the cruel, dark of the cold, and bitter the prideful.
The Berserkers will live forever!
The Alpha!
You're on fire, Kratos! It will fire!
The Alpha!
I'm tired of you! Char your flesh! I'm tired of you!
Nasty hit! You alright, brother?
This has just been the best day!
From under the cruel, dark of the cold, and bitter the prideful.
The Alpha!
Tired of you!
Kratos, are you okay? I'm tired. Fire! Down the hole!
Watch your left!
Morphing Elder! Your flesh! The Alpha! Fire up you! Vigor Elder!
The Alpha!
Do not keep me waiting! Fire up you!
The Alpha!
You will burn! Morphing Elder! Your judgment's here! Morphing Elder! Burning judgment!
Last one!
Once we have defeated these berserkers, what then?
We pay the king a visit and give him more of the same.
We have seen this before. Revenge will not bring you peace.
Is it revenge if justice is served?
That is a question you must answer for yourself.
Freya, getting back to your brother. What did he do to win back Gerd? And how did it end up with him being worshipped in Alfheim?
Well, Freyr thought big. He set his aim on the grandest of gestures. He intended to be the first to find the elusive source of Bifrost light. And he succeeded, although quite by accident. Freyr believed he navigated best while fortified by a potent blend of Vanir herbs. When he wandered, he wandered.
Let this wait. Stay alert.
Odd. It looks as though the Light Elves sealed off this section of the Barrens. Why?
Luckily for us, a very considerate goddess has enhanced our magic chisel, and we can unseal it.
My, that is lucky.
The forbidden sands lay beyond.
Contested territory, according to Bela, and another storm to endure.
I remember when Freyr and I traveled to this realm as children. The desert was healthy and full of life back then. I can't help but fear that era has ended for good and our efforts here are futile.
It's a fair concern. Healing this land will take more than a pair of singing half-gooper. Leave in the long run, we're doing right by Alpine. Well, best we start looking for a way underground.
Keep a lookout for a cave! I see an entrance!
Saw how poorly these lands fared in his absence, did he? He would appreciate our efforts out here.
Aye. Hearing the Song of the Sands again is a rare privilege, even if it's only a solo act.
Or a duet, once this Hofgufa is free. This architecture. It is not of the Dark Elves.
An abandoned ancient settlement, by the looks of it. Built long before the Lightwell's creation.
More hype.
I'd say we're on the right track then.
This kind of hive material is sensitive to sound. How odd. When I last came here with you and Atreus, I assumed the absence of Alpheim's light was an aberration. I didn't realize it was covered by hive matter.
Aye. And as far as the Dark Elves are concerned, it's that light column in the center of the temple that's the aberration. Just look at how old some of these surfaces are. Far older than the Lightwell, or even our trapped Halfgiffer for that matter.
That's quite the empathetic perspective, Mimir.
Well, dangle from a burly god's backside for a few winters, and you'll find yourself looking for all sorts of new perspectives.
More high, but denser. Well, there you go.
Enemies on the left!
Behind you! Look out!
Enemy behind you, Kratos! Night elves. The Alpha!
Watch your left! Enemy on the right!
Light elves don't often travel underneath the barrens, do they?
Territory changes hands often in Alfheim. Or so it appears.
Big Bear did mention that these ruins have historical significance for the Light Elves. I assume they're only here to keep intruders out.
Well, at least they tried.
I suspect the corpse below would disagree. Good eye. Let's continue, shall we? Up above! Poison!
Down!
Right, watch out!
Idor, throw your weapon at it!
I hope freeing these Hofgufas will allow them to breed again. It was a dazzling display once. The skies of Alfheim filled with their song.
I imagine it's the lack of fresh light that's caused this pair to grow abnormally large. No use in having babies if there's nothing for them to feed on.
Trying to protect their children from a harsh world. I can relate. I wonder if these two comprehend the choice they face once freed. The life cycle of the Hakuta. In order to breed, they must pass on their light to their children.
And without light, they will die.
I suppose that's all any of us can hope for. That our death has purpose. That we can live on through our children. Given another chance. I know what you're saying. Well done. Time to set it loose.
Aye. Back to the surface then.
The pipe.
Used in many of Freyr's blessings, I imagine.
The fate of these creatures. It reminds me of a story.
Does it?
There once was a blacksmith whose king commanded him to construct a box that could contain all the evils of the world. But no metal could hold such power. So the blacksmith used the flame.
Kratos, is this a story meant to ease my grief?
Perhaps it is just a story. A way to pass the time.
I appreciate the sentiment, but... well, your stories...
What about my stories?
I wouldn't exactly call them a comfort.
Fair. Mimir is the better storyteller.
Now don't sell yourself short, brother. You've come a long way from the days of laconic fables.
It's okay. Finish your story, Kratos.
The blacksmith's daughter was the key to unlocking the box. He died trying to protect her from those who open it.
Well, at least it's a relatable story.
It appears we've overstayed our welcome in Alfheim. Etiquette.
Yelpa!
Time to end this story.
If my stories are of no comfort, take solace in knowing you did what you thought was best for your son's safety. Even these creatures know. There is little choice for a parent. You are not alone.
I'm not, am I? And now neither are they.
The Song of the Sands. Well, didn't know I could get misty. It's beautiful.
Thank you, Kratos. This land sings once more. We've done good here.
No rush to leave yet, is there? Who knows what kind of adventures await us in a freshly lit Barrens?
A monument to Freyr. I wonder if he ever saw this.
That's odd. The runes are dark.
I'm grateful to see Freyr remembered this way. But what purpose does all this serve?
Difficult to say without an inscription. But it looks like the elves built this place together, light and dark. Which means this would have been their first act of cooperation in generations. A far cry from lasting peace, but perhaps it served as a monument. One that symbolizes the potential for peace.
This statue may have survived Freya's absence, but a truce clearly did not. Monuments are useless to those who ignore their message.
He didn't create a truce through diplomacy alone. His godhood, his very presence is what healed this land and allowed peace to take root. But once he left, he had to have known what would happen.
Well, he had good reason to leave. Some jackass convinced his sister to marry a madman.
You said monuments are useless. Why restore this one?
It was hidden for some time. Perhaps now it can serve as a reminder.
Aye. Nothing reminds people of their history like chiseled, well-lit marble. Looks like we can read the inscription now as well.
Light from the crystals. It is in the sand now.
Would you look at that? Freyr's gift endures after all. Or should I say, his presence?
You are not funny.
Light in the desert isn't enough to make it last.
Before I met Faye, I could not imagine a life of peace. After her death, in our travels to Jotunheim, I found peace on my own. It remains my responsibility to make it last.
I only hope his guidance will last this time.
We will see. But he has given them a chance. A key.
Must open something around here.
Freya, here.
A dawn bloom.
Yet another sleeping beast. The handiwork of Alvi Stonefoot. It's about waking the trolls with a relic. Well, we already figured that out for ourselves, didn't we? made sure of that.
Another carving. The last ingredient in the recipe.
One
The
more
meeting of
ingredient.
Yari and Soma.
Ah, right. So the two agreed traveling together might be beneficial.
And the...
Aye. Their bond with each other grew quickly, and the meals they shared became legendary. It was said that to dine with them could sustain you for weeks.
That was the last of the ingredients.
We could take them back to the cauldron and nip it.
Gravestone. Another berserker to fight.
Y'all see the story.
Our king will lead us to glory!
Switching!
Unworthy crash! You are
Take it off, man. You've got this.
The Alpha!
You are nothing!
Behind you! Watch out! The Alpha!
Hunting these berserkers, I am reminded of our search for the Valkyries 2 winters ago.
I can see the similarities, aye.
There is one difference. With the Valkyries, you lacked spite.
Brother, I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't know the full tale.
I know how it feels to be wronged, and how it feels to achieve vengeance. I would hope to spare you the disappointment.
Aye. Another key, eh? Sooner or later, we're gonna have to find a lock to put them in.
A light elf statue in the desert. Odd.
On top of ancient elven ruins? I'd have to agree.
The Alpha! It's vulnerable when it glows!
Give yourself an opening! Don't waste it!
The Alpha!
Need to take out those springs, brother!
The Alpha!
Nicely done! Keep on it! Well, shame that's the last of Kvasir's poems.
Why not write your own?
Been a while since I dipped my quill into the ink-pot of poetry, but maybe it's time to try again. So, Freya, how did your brother manage to accidentally discover the source of Bifrost light?
By doing what he did best, wandering around in a veritable herbal stupor. And he managed to wander from the World Tree directly into the Lake of Souls.
Set that aside for now. Come.
Light elf graves. An entire mausoleum. But why here and not in the temple?
A fair question.
With no clear answer. Jewelry.
Oh? Put it on one of my horns. Let's see if I can pull it off.
No.
An elven library.
An archive of knowledge.
No sign of the Light Elves.
For now.
Maybe they've left for the day. We can browse at our leisure.
Here.
What's that?
A diagram. Or a sword hilt.
Perhaps we should show it to one of the dwarves. They'll know what to do with it.
These texts alone are not enough to end the Elven War. But restricting their access only serves those who wish to prolong it.
Taking a page out of Odin's book.
Aye. Quite the advantage for the Light Elves.
This book is sealed, but there is an inscription. The consul.
Big Bear spoke of an exile of the same name. Odds are he'd like a gan... of that particular text.
All this knowledge of their ancestors, their shared history, poetry, just sitting here, forgotten. What a waste.
Ah, it appears the librarian would like a word.
Lata Frambog.
Sounds like she wants that journal back.
No.
Use a shield strike!
What's your leg?
They're healing!
Leos Alpha. Lord, Megivita. Helga Brotina.
She thinks she's protecting them by hiding all this knowledge away.
The elves do not need protection from their history. They need access. A new chapter awaits.
I'm impressed. Thought you were going to end her.
When last we traveled here, after Faye passed, I killed an elf of great importance. The ramifications were dire. I do not wish to make the same mistake twice.
Freya, that story before of your brother. He said he wandered from the World Tree to the Lake of Souls.
It's true.
No more for now. Focus.
Can't do this without you, Kratos!
Perhaps we can bring these cute animals back to Vanaheim, or Midgard even. Becky and Spanna could use the company. We have kennels.
Prepare for a fight.
Something is coming, and it's not happy.
Nasty hit! You all right, brother? Brother, get up! Brother!
She's gone.
That? Or she's hiding again.
It matters not. The knowledge found here will spread. Her work is done.
I'm impressed. Thought you were going to end her.
When last we traveled here, after Faye passed, I killed an elf of great importance. The ramifications were dire for his people. I do not wish to make the same mistake twice.
Behind you, brother!
Rhino, throw your weapon at him!
Watch your right!
Something is coming, and it's not happy.
Your guess is as good as mine. Imprisoning a drake. Can't decide whether to be impressed or horrified.
Either way, it is over now. A token.
A badge of honor. The elves made a... You were thieves. They'd hang them up outside the city. Show their support. That's all my brother's tribute.
Shall we hang on to them?
Do what you will. If Freyr didn't bother taking them in the last time, he wouldn't mind us selling them to the
The Alpha! Kratos! Are you okay? Incoming right side!
Perhaps we can bring these two animals back to Vanaheim, or Midgard even. Becky and Spanna could use the company. We have kennels.
It would not go well for them. Once a predator becomes accustomed to a land, it is cruel to move them.
I suppose you're right. It just seems lonely out here.
It is peaceful. They have each other. It is enough.
Freya, that story before of your brother. You said he wandered from the World Tree to the Lake of Souls.
It's true.
No more for now. Focus.
You know, Freyr loved to breed Gulan pups in Vanaheim. I wonder if these two are the descendants of the Gulan he brought here long ago.
That explains how they got to the desert. Another gift for the Dark Elves. Freya, that story before of your brother. You said he wandered from the World Tree to the Lake of Souls.
It's true. The elves had never seen anybody come out of the lake before, so it got some attention.
Oh, that is bloody hilarious.
I don't know whether he worked his charms at that point or they just assumed him to be a great deity. But of course, he hadn't made this journey in search of responsibility, so he didn't stick around long. Still, the legend of his manifestation was passed along through the ages. It even endured after the Great Division, remembered by Light and Dark Elf alike. So when at last he returned, he was uniquely situated to gain the trust of both sides and help to create a truce. The problem was, both sides trusted only him, so the peace could only last as long as he stayed around to keep it. And with the long war dragging on without an end in sight, I suppose making any kind of peace was an irresistible notion for him, even if it meant having to rule.
I wonder, how'd these two pups end up yoking a sled?
Ever try flying in a sandstorm? I imagine Freyr showed the Dark Elves that Gulon could be trained to pull a plow. They must have found new uses for them once the sandstorm arrived. I imagine they're now bred to aid in traveling the surface.
flower.
I did not think anything grew here. Another Berserker gravestone.
Your death will honor my king!
Careful, brother! You're covered in Bifrost!
Dwarfing Bifrost! Kratos! Really? Your death will honor my king!
Careful, brother! You're covered in Bifrost!
Your death will honor my king!
Careful, brother! You're covered in Bifrost!
Is this all you got? Dwarfing Bifrost! Blastur Bifrost! To the enemy of Leia! Dwarfing Bifrost!
This was the last, was it not? Only the king remains.
Aye. And if you thought his berserkers were tough, well, I've been thinking about what you said, brother. Maybe it's time to let this go. Slurping up a dead man's soul with this old sword isn't gonna change the past.
It is good to hear you say that. But I plan to face him regardless.
What? After all your lecturing on vengeance and spite?
It is not wise to let a malevolent spirit wander Midgard. But I needed to know you wanted this for the right reasons.
Huh. Appreciate the sentiment, brother.
Do you hear that? Someone's crying.
Sinmara.
Ah, Surtur's love. Should we try to tell her what happened?
She knows.
Ragnarok armor's on the house. We'll call it a commemorative.
Can this lock be opened without damaging the book? The elves in Freya's camp wish to read it.
Now, why would anyone go and lock a book? Seems silly, ask me. I'm sure I can crack it open for you and get it over to Biggs and Bay.
Free are we, free of the Father. Our half-lives now belong to no other.
The father. Odin, I presume?
I don't know. But there's definitely something more going on here.
A gift of life, a gift in death, to smother forever the All-Father's breath.
Odin must have created these creatures. But how?
I haven't the foggiest. They came after my time with him. But perhaps we should continue to destroy any of Odin's ravens we find.
In life we hanged, in death we kneeled, until you freed us with your steel.
So destroying the ravens free their spirits somehow. Good to know.
Free.
Well, free of Odin's control anyway.
We told what we saw, empowered his lies. Good little ravens, good little spies. Our lives cut short, souls sinking deeper, until gathered up.
By the
Raven Keeper.
An acolyte of Odin's. Very secretive. Trusted with his dirtiest deeds. Never met her myself.
We tried to escape. We clawed. We screeched. But nothing escapes the Keeper's reach.
Mimir, how do we find this Raven Keeper?
I'd love to, brother, but I've no idea where we'd look. What if the Keeper's even still alive?
We will find her.
Get away from my children.
Enough!
What is this?
Ravens. The ones we've been destroying. Odin's little spies.
The Alpha!
Still they come.
On your left!
How many more can there be?
Steady your guard! The Alpha!
Chile! You alright?
Bifrost on your left!
Sure. Why not?
An arrow will slow her down! Skilfa!
We'll take it down together.
Incoming behind you, brother!
Go for the throat!
The Alpha! Come on, Kratos, get up! The Alpha!
Here they come.
Got him!
Chile!
yourself! Alpha!
How many more can there be? Sure. Why not?
Alpha! My arrows are slower. Say the word! Here it comes! Alpha! Now, go for the throat! Come on, Kratos, get up! Alpha!
Your arrows will bring her down.
Still they come.
Alpha!
How many more can there be?
Back here! Incoming crossfire!
Chile!
Enemies behind you!
Sure. Why not?
Alpha! We'll take it down together.
Another one! Left side!
An arrow will slow her down!
Well done, brother. Clearly the ravens, the children, appreciated it as well.
Is there nothing to be done for them?
We have done something.
Perhaps.
What's this?
A memory of war. You could use this as a training arena if you like. You'll just be fighting the collections of enemies. They won't be able to harm you. Hang on a minute. Is this a prison?
It would seem so.
Let's continue. Might be something useful inside.
Careful, brother. You're covered in bifrost.
If the Einherjar survived Ragnarok, perhaps some of the inmates did as well.
Let us find out.
There must be a way to reach the lower levels. Just need to find a way down. Recognize him, Mimir?
I do not, sadly. Of course, the Einherjar disappeared a fair few dwarven rebels during the occupation. I suspect this is one of them. Left flank! Careful, brother. You're covered in Bifrost. Careful, brother. These prisoners may not be as grateful for their freedom as one would hope. Well, you're very bloody well. That's an elf, but not a particularly high-ranking one. So what did Odin have to gain by imprisoning them?
I'd say information.
Ready your guard!
On your guard, Kratos!
Careful, brother. You're covered in Bifrost.
perhaps? Dreamshade is difficult to keep alive, even under the best conditions, but this... He gave all his strength to keep it alive.
Then it is right. You should have it.
Freya! I can't believe it.
Wait, that can't be. Lord Tyr.
Is this an illusion?
No, brother. No, I think it's the real deal.
Mimir? Is that you? You old friend?
In all the important ways, aye.
There was such a commotion. If Odin learns what you've done...
Odin is dead.
The realms are at last free of him. You're safe.
Odin's dead.
And Asgard fallen.
So the reign of the Aesir is truly over. That's quite a lot to take in. And you are?
His name is Kratos.
Kratos. I know that name.
Come. You need real shelter. Food.
No. No, what I need most now, I think, is to reflect on what you've told me. I need space, if you would grant me that.
Very well. Our home is in the realm between realms for the moment. You can find us there when you're ready.
Kratos. I know you from somewhere. I'm sure it will come back to me.
Until then. You believe that was truly him?
It's hard to trust anything after what we've been through. But with Odin gone, I've no cause to doubt it.
Our paths will cross again. Of that I'm sure. Where to now?
Well, now we know what this prison's for. This is where Odin stashed those he would camouflage himself as.
Makes sense. If you're going to imitate someone, you wouldn't want them walking around.
Why not kill them?
He must need them alive in order to assume their form.
Aye. Odin likely wanted Tyr dead for a multitude of reasons, but he knew Tyr would be more useful alive.
Your god of war has truly returned. What now?
He'll want to stretch his legs, I imagine. Imprisonment stokes wanderlust. Not that I need to remind any of us of that.
Mother and father perished at last. Finally now, our anguish may pass.
Ravens. The ones we've been destroying. Odin's little spies.